Each day I need to remember. We feel so safe. Feel safe with you. All right, we getting settled in now. Hello. Let's get started. We're gonna have some fun tonight. Welcome, welcome. Give everybody a chance to get up in here. While we wait on Chad with his late ass, we on the way. Okay. Hello, Terry. Welcome. Welcome to the lair. You're my angel. Welcome, King. We just getting comfortable, y'all, while we're waiting on Chad to get in here. How's everybody doing? Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Let's get started. Should we keep rocking? All right, all right. I appreciate everybody coming in here with us. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with Mr.O and Chad. So getting right into the topic, the consequences of no instructions. I wanted to read a brief definition real quick, and then we're going to double back to that in a second. Just let everybody get up in here so they can know what we're talking about. But one of the definitions of instructions is what I wanted to read. A direction or order. Detailed information telling how something should be done, operated, or assembled. And that's just a brief, rough definition of what instructions are. And when I talk about the consequences of no instructions, while we waiting on Chad to get up in here, he running a little late, y'all. The premise of it is the foundation of what most women are operating in today from the modern woman standpoint, and that is not needing a man or their independence. And when the man is supposed to provide your direction, and that's what you look to him for, we are the results of no instructions right now. And as a result, you can see what we are, which is why we're having these conversations. Hello. Who's all in here? Let's see what Terry's saying. Your Mr.O is just living what your game is fire. Who does it like Pinky Ring? All right. I love Terry for that. Lucky in here. Where's this guy at, man? All right. Look like we already got some people invited backstage, but I want to talk about this, and I want Chad to come up first before I start to bring anybody else up. Let him make his introduction, and then let's deep dive into this into a place where y'all thought we wasn't gonna go with this. But we're gonna get real personal, and I'm gonna let open up the lines later to let people comment and ask the questions that they want to ask. And this is just an opportunity for everybody to get to know us, Mr.O and Heff. So instructions. Let's get that definition up again. That was just when you look up the definition, but when you look into Webster, their definition also states an outline or a manual of technical procedure, a direction calling for compliance, order, usually used in plural. A code that tells a computer to perform a particular operation. The action practice of profession of teaching. The action practice or profession of teaching. What do you want a man? What do you want in a man? You want direction from that man, right? So the lack of having a man present will, in a sense, be no instructions. And as a result, we are where we are today. The consequences of no instructions, which leaves us out of order. Let's see what the chat is saying. Daryl in here, I didn't give him a shout out. Appreciate you coming through. We got putting up backstage. What's happening? I'm gonna bring up these guys in a second, man. I gotta get this guy. The chat ain't coming up yet, but he'll be here in a second. Let me see what we got here. Hello, you live? Hello? You on mute?
Let's see.
I got you.
How you doing?
Introduce yourself.
I am Victor. I'm Chad's uncle.
Oh, wow. I appreciate you coming through. Did you get a chance to look at the topic?
Yeah, actually I did.
What were your thoughts?
I'm interested. I actually pushed one of my Zoom meetings back since my nephew graciously invited me. So I told him I would check y'all out. You know, I'm really interested in seeing how this flows. You know.
And where are you from? Let the people know.
I'm from Camden, Arkansas, but I live in Palm Harbor, Florida, and my office. I have my headquarters for my office is in Clearwater. So,
what do you do?
I am the chief executive officer for a multi-million-dollar strategic business consulting and private equity firm.
I got you. I like that. So has he told you anything about his friend out here, his brother out here, here in Houston?
I used to live. Matter of fact, I used to live in Jersey Village.
Okay, I know what that is. Before I get your input, he got somebody else back here that came through to wipe the feet off at the door and show some love. Let's bring up J Bay.
What's going on? How y'all doing?
What's happening?
What's happening, man? I ain't get to read the subject as far as what the subject gonna be about.
Okay, so I'm gonna go back over that. I'm sure I'm gonna do that a few times before we get really deep into it. But the consequences of no instructions, we could take that so many places. But when I read over the definitions of instructions, I think you know what I mean by that. By saying like direction, calling for compliance, right?
Right.
All right. You got something going on in the background.
You hear me?
Yeah, it's just a little background noise.
All right.
Yeah, but when we talk about that, we look at the world when you're looking for direction from your man in your life, and you live in a world where independence is prominence. We are, in a sense, the results a lack of instructions. Therefore, the consequences of no instructions leaves us to where we are in modern society, as women think that they can do it on their own. And I don't think that has positive results, which is why we're having these conversations across these platforms right now.
Yeah, I got a lot to touch on that, actually.
Okay.
I just got back down here from Louisiana. I'm from Louisiana.
Yeah, you down here in Houston?
I'm in Houston right now.
Okay, so you another one. Chad didn't invited another. Heff invited another one up to the platform. Huh? How well do you know him?
Chad?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's my player partner. You know, that's my running mate. You know, we work out together. We train every morning. Might do our thing. You know, that's my partner.
I got you. You know him pretty well. I'm interested to get his input on this. This is why I brought him on a part of this, because he always comes from like an outside of the box view that people don't really look at, and it's really the most obvious.
I got a current situation right now as far as your subject, what you talking about.
Talk to me.
I just got down here and I travel. I do contract work. I was just working for the Marriott in Wyoming for like 3 months.
Okay.
So they wanted me to go on a job in Montana from December the 14th to April the 18th. Now it's in a ski resort. And I just came out of a situation like that. I was in a town. I was the only black person. It was a weird experience. You know, I saved some money, but it was a weird experience. So they want me to go do 4 more months in another city. And I had met a chick in Houston.
Yeah.
So she was like, hey, if you haven't found a place, anything such and such, by the time to go, you know, because I know you want to be around your kids, you can stay here. Because she stay in a big ass house, stay by herself. You feel me? She say, you know, you chill here until your apartment get ready or whatever. So I turned down the job because I didn't want to go. And I go to this chick's house and I'm in her world and she has no structure. She looked like a little Kim Kardashian chick. She got her kids staying there. They grown. One stay upstairs with a boyfriend. They got dogs running around the house. Just a big, beautiful house, no structure, trash every fucking where. I'm talking about the dishwasher don't work, the garbage disposable. So I'm like, okay, boom.
Smoke detector battery going off.
Hey, it did. It did.
I know you talking about.
I changed it. I had to change it. Say, bro, I had to change it.
I know.
Say, bro, I'm talking about like, y'all don't hear this shit?
Somewhere too.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, I got nice stuff in there, but no structure. So I live a certain type of way. I'm a clean person and I'm a man. And I know how to handle business and responsibilities. Right. So I know we gotta eat. So if we can't wash dishes, how we gonna cook and stuff? I'm not finna be spending all this damn money on all this damn food.
Right.
So I paid for the dishwasher to get taken care of. I paid for the garbage disposal. So now it's clean in there. We can eat. I made groceries and I'm saying I can come as I go.
Right.
But this is where the issue was. The female, we was on some player partner shit. And you know, when you're on your player partner shit, you can't let your meet because if they start getting feelings, man.
Right.
And we have sex every now and then, but she talked to her dudes, I talked to my females. But I found out the type of female she was. She was letting guys use her. And all the guys she let use her because she was a nurse, it causes her infrastructure to crack. These guys, they vandalize her, they threaten her. She got a brand new Audi outside. She can't drive it because one of the guys that threw the keys in the woods. They ask her for money every day. She's giving these guys $200 to $300. So I'm asking her, why are you doing this? Like, what is wrong with you? You just got paid and now you broke. And all you giving up is your jewels to these niggas and you ain't getting nothing out the deal. I said, you cannot, and she my partner. So I'm gonna give you this game. Because if you gonna be around me, you're not gonna be no duck. Well, they putting their hands on her, all type of shit. So to the fact, I'm gonna make a long story short. I just left her house today. I got my clothes in the car. I'm finna head to a hotel because it got to the fact she wasn't accepting my guidance and my structure because they had instilled so much manipulative ways in her. She just lost.
Right.
And one of them that told her they trying to figure out who I am because they can't come over there now. So she got to go to their house. So she's so lost. She's on Instagram taking pictures of me, put me on there, and she forget that these dudes you follow. So now they're making it hard on her. They're putting their foot on her neck. Right. So this is what broke the camel back. And I was like, nah, I can't be over here. The other day she come home and it's 12 in the morning and she crying and shit. And I'm like, what's up? She said, he wouldn't let me leave. I said, well, how did you leave? She said, he went upstairs and got his friend and made him come downstairs and he made me give him head. And while I said, so you let these niggas run a train on you? I was like, what the? I was like, yeah, you on some other shit, mama.
Wow.
You on some, yeah.
I definitely know, can understand that. Like, this is somebody who has never even gotten any game from any man that she been with. They just been
ever.
They just been she confusing comfort with instruction. She ain't even had. She don't
Right.
even know how to receive no game. All she looking for the wrong thing out of man, and she getting
Right.
comfortable doing that, and it's gonna
Right.
burn out fast. Hold on, let's bring up Heff.
What's going on, y'all? Sorry
Top
about
of it.
being
Whoa,
late.
what's happening, Cool Daddy Smooth Nuts? Yeah.
Unc, what's going on? Thank you for joining in.
Get him off mute. He was on mute. Hold up. Go ahead,
No problem, nephew.
Yeah, I had to get you to chime in. Being somebody who's been married before, I thought you'd have some great insight to contribute.
Oh yeah,
Jay.
I'm gonna ask something here in a minute. I'm listening to some of the input so far, but yeah, I can. I was listening to what my man was saying and things of that nature, and I like the topic of instruction. It's pretty.
Right.
I've been married a couple times.
Can we backtrack and read that definition one more time since Heff wasn't here? Before we get back to it, Jay just gave us a hell of an example of a story. We got to get into that because I got to respond.
Y'all go ahead. Yeah, matter of fact, what I'm gonna do, y'all discuss that, and then I'll come back on back.
Yeah, I definitely want you to go ahead and say what you're gonna say once we just get this example, the definition again. So the consequences of no instructions is the topic. Somebody is not on mute. All right, we got to mute Jay. All right. So instruction meaning a direction or order, detailed information telling how something should be done, operated, or assembled. And that's just a rough definition of it. And when you actually go to Webster, they're going to go into more detail, an outline or a manual of technical procedure, a direction calling for compliance, a code that tells a computer to perform a particular operation, the action, practice, or profession of teaching. So that's what we mean by instruction. And when you're in a world where being modern represents the woman's independence as of femininity does, we have now seen the consequences of no instructions with a lack of a man's presence. And without that man to give that direction, we see where we are today. This is where we're starting with this. Now, Unc wanted to say something. I want to let him say what he was going to say.
Yeah, I thought you wanted to give feedback on what my man Jay said if you want to, but I can.
Yeah, I definitely did. I was just gonna keep building on that, and then we was gonna go back to it. But yeah, what Jay was talking about, man, I definitely seen a lot of these women. Is she in her late 20s or early 30s, Jay?
She's 34.
Right.
No, actually, she's 42.
No, she's not.
Man, she's 42.
Light skin.
She's a Latina. She's beautiful.
Right. See. Right. That's a shame, man. Because
yeah, she don't know value.
And if she can't even see you, like I said in one live a couple of shows ago, you gotta want me to want to do what I want you to do anyway. And if the two people don't even have that want for one another, there ain't no way that she's gonna be willing to submit to the sound of his voice and take his direction, and therefore getting her a better outcome. And, but at this point right now, she don't even know how to do that. You're gonna have to do a whole lot of tearing down just to get her to hear the sound of your voice. And that's a lot of work.
I'm talking about, you said it, like, I'm talking about, I was only over there 2 weeks. And when I say structure, I put so much structure in 2 weeks. I come there, her son cussing her out. And I'm like, let me pull him to the side when she not around. So I pulled him to the side and I was like, say, Kinfolk, that's your mama. I say, you might not like what she do, but that's still your mama. You have to respect her. And by you disrespecting her, you cutting your own days short. So who is you to judge her? It's going to be a point in time when you grow up and you're going to be doing you and your kids going to be watching you. But who are they to tell you how to handle your business? You still have to restructure and train and command. And from that day on, man, because he respected my aura and I'm running around there how I'm handling my business. Man, he running around there telling mommy love her and he talking to her, but she's not seeing it. She didn't even grasp it. Like it's been years that she never had that.
Right. And see, it's natural for a little boy to want that type of structure, man.
Nah, not no little boy. 22. 22. He 22.
What?
22.
You sound like you talking about some kids.
Nah, that nigga 22 running around there cussing his mama out like, nah.
You talking about a 12-year-old or something. Oh,
nah, I'm talking about a grown ass man.
ain't no excuse for that.
Ain't no excuse, but ain't no structure now.
Man, but it don't matter at some point, man. A man just got to be a man. The fault don't matter when responsibility still exists.
Right.
These women gonna need something to follow. You know what I'm saying? And I can't use the fact that my dad wasn't there for me to underachieve.
Hey, boy, that's a sharp ass hat you got on. I see you over there.
I appreciate it. You know,
Yeah,
this
I
my
see
brother
you.
right here, man. If you know Chad, you know me. I'm out here too, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we gonna link. We gonna for sure link.
But yeah, man.
I also
where I also want to go with this. We got a lot of examples out here today, and one here recently. We had a young lady of the evening named Mercedes Moore that passed away. She was very, very popular. In today's world, we would consider her a modern day 304, right? This is one that think that she don't need any instructions from any man in her life, and she can just go out here and do it on her own. And when you go out here with no game and you try to convince somebody who's paying your bills that you're gonna be in love with them and one day come and be with them and play with them for a long time, and sooner or later, this crazy man who's already doing weird things anyway to pay for your time is gonna do some weird things. And that's exactly what happened. That was another example of consequences of a lack of instructions or no instructions at all, man. And I want to highlight that world and also the world at home with the husband and wife, because both sectors, whether you choose to align yourself with something structured like a marriage or like in the poly world, you still need to understand that good getting out here into this world as a woman with no game, you destined to fail.
man, you was a sitting duck. Oh my goodness.
Let me. I hear a term that I hear quite often is high value man. I hear that term quite often. Now, I'm very fortunate. I don't want or need for money. I don't want or need for a car. I don't want or need for a woman necessarily, to be honest with you. And one of the things that women folk, I ask every woman, I said, if I was to eliminate sex, cleaning, cooking, and money, what do you bring to the table? And a lot of modern day women believe that they bring themselves, and that is enough that to bring to the table. That's all they need to bring. Newsflash, it's not. It's not. Out of everything in my life right now, you know what I enjoy most of all about my life? Peace. And the bottom line is that if a woman cannot help me keep my peace,
he said something right there.
I don't have time for you. Okay? I don't have time. If you cannot help me maintain my peace, you can go. There is nothing, not a thing more valuable. So if you want to come in here and you want to be a boss chick your ass somewhere else. I don't have time for it. Because there is nothing you can do for me. Because I'm going to keep it real. If I want some pussy bad enough, I'll go buy it. If I want somebody to cook, if I want somebody to cook for me bad enough, I'll pay somebody to cook. If I want my house clean, just like my housekeeper that just left today, I have a housekeeper. I don't need your money. I got my own money. I'm getting ready to move to Barbados. I don't need your money. So modern day women have to understand that men folk, the shit that you say you bring to the table, what you don't understand that by and large, what most of us want is peace. We want that tranquility. We want somebody, back in the day, we say a ride or die. Somebody, that's what we want in life. somebody that, as far as instruction, ain't no man talking about we want you to be obedient. We gonna say bark like a dog and you bark like a damn dog. That ain't what we talking about. If we talk about cooking and the first thing out of your damn mouth is get a maid, then we done. That's not a conversation we need to have.
Right. Now, this is why I asked him to state what he did for a living, and so you can see where he ranks as far as class in this Western society. He has his own. Right.
Yeah,
This is what you would consider a high value man right here.
So
And
it's like,
he's telling you what he wants.
yeah, and the thing is, and if and let me just explain something else that cracks me up is that I will be speaking to a woman and I will tell her, here are the rules of engagement. And then she talks to me and says things like, well, no, that's not it. Excuse me, how you gonna tell me? How are you gonna tell me what I want?
Right.
How are you going to try to reconfigure? I'm trying to help you out by telling you. And if I already have peace as exists in my life as it is, do you think I'm going to allow you to come in and disrupt my peace? Do you think I'm going to allow you to disrupt that? Are you kidding me? That's like getting shot in the head, surviving, and say, please shoot me in my damn head again.
Hello.
So that's the way I look at it. I'll give you an example. I took a girl out the other night. We went out for, this was like, we talked on the phone about a week or so. This was the second time we went out for dinner. And I told her from the very beginning, I said, we're in that stage where we're getting to know each other. You're not my woman. I'm not your man. Do we understand each other? I have a full expectation that there are dudes blowing up your phone right now. I understand it. So ain't got no problem. We get in my car. We drive in the car. And she pick up a piece of weave out of the car. And she holds it up at me. She said, what is this? I said, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to do me a favor. She said, what? I said, look in that glove compartment. I said, let me turn the light off. Look in the glove compartment. I said, you're going to see a piece of paper in the envelope. It says registration. I said, I want you to read the name on there. I said, you're going to see my name. I said, this is my damn car. Okay.
Hey, speak on it, dog. Speak on it.
Hey, man.
I said, we are not at the point where you can ask me that. You can't ask me that. I said, what did I tell you what the rules of engagement are? Okay, you can't ask me that. We're not at that point.
Right.
I said, you're not gonna ask me that. I said, because if I answer it, then you're gonna get Perry Mason on me. And what you're not gonna do is cross-examine me. Okay, and long as we understand each other. I said, I said, you know what? Between the time I pick you up and the time I drop you back off tonight, I pretty much expect 5, 10, 15, 20 guys to text you. Or then called you and left a message or whatever. And I said, you know what? Not my problem. I said, because if me and you flowing and if I do what I need to do and I'm confident enough in myself, I ain't got to worry about them no more.
You got a question on the screen. I want you to answer.
Do you think we have peace already before we meet a woman? I do. That's why I said is that you're not going to disrupt my peace. I already have it. I'm not looking for anybody to complete me. That's off of a damn movie, Jerry Maguire. That's a movie script. And I'm not looking for anybody to bring me peace. I already have my peace. What I am saying is that you are not going to disrupt my peace. You can come and become part of what I'm building. And I ain't got no problem with that. You could come and be my ride or die and we build together. But what you're not going to do is disrupt and break down what I have going. That's what you're not going to do. So, you know, the people quite often ask, do you see red flag? That's a red flag.
Right.
If I see a red flag, then I'm like, no, I don't have anything to do with it. If I see it, you know, the problem is for women folk and men folk sometimes, if we think we can fix somebody, you can't fix nobody.
Right.
The only person you can do something about is yourself. So I'm looking for a partner. You know, my stepdad, he gave the best definition of why God built Eve from Adam's rib. He said, who said Heff for president? You done lost your damn mind. My nephew for president, but anyway. He said, God did not choose Eve to be from the head bone because Eve is not going to be above the man. So you boss chicks, okay. Said he didn't want Eve to be from the foot bone because man is not going to step on top of Eve. He chose the rib so that Eve can be side by side by the man, but yet under the man for covering and protection. And that is the best definition I've ever heard to say why did God choose the rib. And the bottom line is that's what men folk are looking for. Women folk, stop trying to tell us what we are looking for. Right. You got twice as many ears as mouth, so do twice as much listening. If a man is telling you this is what I want, then guess what? That's what he wants. I tell people all the time, love is not complicated. People are.
Right. Life is simple. We just make this shit hard.
Yeah. So that's it. That's it. My mom, Chad's grandma, she, you know how she is, Chad. Baby, yeah. When you go find you somebody, I said, Mom, when people say I can do that bad by myself, they direct it toward women. I said, Mom, that applies to men folk too. I can do bad all by myself. Okay?
Y'all get the likes up.
I can do bad all by myself. So I would love to find someone to be with. But if you cannot bring me peace to what I have, okay, if you don't understand that tonight I may be up at 2-3 in the morning because I got a client in Australia and they're X amount of hours ahead, and you ask me something, oh, you expect me to believe. Any woman that come out of my mouth with the following statement, if it starts with you expect me to believe, we're done. I don't expect you to believe nothing, Perry Mason. I don't expect you to believe nothing. Because you know one thing, I'm gonna tell you one thing I'm not gonna do is I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm too old.
Yes, sir.
Okay, but don't ask me to tell you the truth, and I tell you the truth, and then you have a problem with the truth. And right. I tell you, I said,
you're finna have some fans now. You're finna have some fans dropping out.
Oh yeah, I already got them.
And I tell you, right, and the thing is, and I'll tell people in a minute, I said it is a truth according to me and how I feel and based on my background and my opinion. That's the truth. Okay? And I said, and I don't confuse the truth with my opinion. So there it is. That's just the old country boy. That's me. I mean, that's just the way I am. I mean, it's just the way I flow. So
we got a new face in the chat in the group, not in the chat, but on the stream. A young lady by I'm gonna fuck this.
Siobhan.
Up. Yeah, Siobhan.
It's Siobhan
in here.
Come on, Cam up. Here. Come on, Cam up.
Cam up, Miss Lady. Let them see your glorious beauty.
Oh wow.
There we go.
Don't let him oversell.
Y'all get them likes. Hey, stop right now. Y'all get them likes up. We ain't gonna say another word till we get them likes up. We get them likes up. No need to ask, he's Get them likes up. Get them likes up. Siobhan in the building. I wish I had one of them buttons. Pew, 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 pew. I ain't got one. But welcome.
We got a superstar in the building.
Thank you.
Did you see the title before you came through the door?
I don't think it showed it to me because when I tried to do it, it tried to open in my Google Chrome, and then it told me you can't do this on Google Chrome. You have to do it on Safari. So I had to copy and paste it. And the next thing I knew, it was like, you're in the waiting room. I was like, oh, great.
Well, I haven't, I'm just give you, I don't know what type of woman you are, but trigger alert. Y'all like to be triggered by certain pinpoint words, right? So the consequences of no instructions. How does that make you feel when you hear instructions from a man's mouth? Do you
Well, here's the thing. As a woman who I live in what a lot of people call like living in your masculine energy, because I am a single woman. I've lived alone for a long time. I'm raising a child by myself. I'm not going to say that I'm triggered by the word instruction. It's just something that I'm unfamiliar with. The male players in my life have not been strong enough of character for me to allow instruction. And that being said, like going back to what he was saying a minute ago about having his own piece and what have you got, you get to a point where you get so used to providing your own piece. The idea of a man like coming into my life is almost laughable to me. Like, don't get me wrong, I date, et cetera, but so many men in the dating world I come across that always want to, I expect you to be my piece and yada, 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 like that. And I'm like, have you not, if you haven't figured out how to be your own piece, I'm not going to teach you how to be peaceful. I have my piece. I expect you to have yours, and then we can be peaceful together.
That's kind of in alignment with what Uncle Heff was saying. However, I get the idea to me
Wait a
like
minute, hold up. He's my nephew. I can't be Uncle Heff.
oh well,
He's
they
my
gave
nephew.
it to you. I'm not even
Well,
I don't
they-
pass
I
up
can be
the
Uncle, but I
nickname.
can't be named after him. I can't be
I
named
don't
after him.
I don't I'm not in
just
charge of
messing
passing
with
out the
you. I'm just
nicknames,
messing with you.
Uncle Heff.
I'm just messing with you, bro. I'm just messing with you. I can't be named after my nephew.
We setting up
Can't
our
be
HR
Uncle and
department.
Heff.
We setting up our HR department. We setting it up.
I can't be
It's our
named.
first
I
day.
can't be named after Chad. 6'5", 245-pound uncle cannot be named after him.
We talk about triggered.
talking about trigger.
Hey man, but so like I get this idea of a woman saying that she's living in her masculine energy. If you're gonna survive in a world where men have built it for them to look the way we do, then you have to develop certain masculine traits in order to survive. To acquire a certain amount of money, you got to compete with men to do that. Just to fight for the last bottle of water on the shelf. If you by yourself, you got to compete with men to do that, and you probably gonna win if you got a kid. So I get how strong women have to be to survive, but at the end of the day, I think that the term modern woman exists until a man gives that modern woman a reason to find herself in a traditional role. She's just
I
she's
agree.
just surviving. I don't think that y'all want to do that, because I don't think women want to work and want to pay bills and want to change their tire. Like, you can do it. Like, so what? But do you want to do that? No.
Bonbon like me. We ain't doing nothing. We ain't got to do.
No,
Oh,
man.
no. I
Can I
call
ask
a
a
man
question?
so fast and play that. Oh my
go ahead.
God, can you
Can I
help
ask a
me?
question?
Let her once
I
she
just want to
finish.
ask.
Once
I
she
just
finish
want
what she's saying.
I just want her to define what is masculine energy.
Okay.
Masculine energy, meaning that because I am the sole provider of my house, to a certain extent, I'm the man of the house. So I'm the one, if like when my flat screen needed to be mounted, I made it happen. If something breaks, I fix it. When the car needs to go to the shop, I'm doing it. Like, I'm doing all the things that I fully believe that a man should be doing. I have to do all that. I'm doing the budget. I'm doing the bills. I'm doing everything. So that's what I mean when I say like living in my masculine energy. I'm the man of this house.
I heard you just briefly talk about some of the guys, allude to some of the guys, and they weren't stepping up. Mm-hmm. I can recall a time in my life when I was I found myself attracting the same type of woman, and it wasn't working. And then I did something really, really critical. Damn it, I looked at myself and I said, Vic, the only common denominator in all this is you, partner. So you continue to talk about you attract the same type of woman. Then what energy, what vibe are you sending out that you continue to attract this same type of woman that it ain't working with? So that's what I did. Is I said, okay, you know what? I need to look at myself. And from that day forward, what I discovered was that when somewhere in the first couple of conversations, there were some serious indicators of what this woman was all about. But in the past, I chose to ignore it because I felt that I could fix it. I felt that that's what I could do. But I started going, no, I can't do that no more. That ain't me. So my question to you is that, do you feel that there's something that you are doing that is attracting, or that you are sitting, that there's a vibe that these type of men are coming to you and going, do you have you done that self-evaluation yet?
I actually have. And recently at that, I just got divorced last year.
Congratulations.
Thank you. To put my divorce in a nutshell, I got tired of having to parent my own husband. He managed to slide under my radars, I guess you would say. And I ended up realizing in the long run that he didn't know how to take care of himself. The only reason that he was surviving and thriving was because that I was budgeting, because I was pushing him to do more or do better at work. And then when I had asked him for us to separate because I was absolutely exhausted, I just saw him spiral. And it put really into perspective that because I'm put together, because I know how to take care of myself and keep a roof over my head and keep a car under my ass, that these bummier type men see me and see that I have it together, and they want to latch on and get real cozied up to me because they want to live my life. And it's silly to me, like how long it took me to figure that out. And so now I make it a point of, when I date now, which, like I said, I just got divorced last year. I'm new to the dating game. I make it a point now of, like, I'll Instagram stalk a guy before I talk to him, more or less, because it's cute that you look put together right now when I'm meeting you. But if I go back a year or so in your Facebook feed or in your Instagram feed, like, do you still appear so put together? Like, are you established to a point that I don't have to worry about you wedging yourself up under me?
And you know what the thing is? You said that you didn't see it, but you know what? That is normal, because you ever heard the whole cliche, you can't see the forest spike the trees? When we're so close to a situation, as you well know, it's hard to see it because you're so close to it. People external, and I can promise you, I don't even know you, but I can assure you that there were people who were external to your relationship was probably poking you, saying, girl, that dude, he just, but because it's easy, because they're not as close to it as we are. It was people telling me. My own nephew told me, you need to get rid of that damn girl. My second wife, my nephew was telling me all the time, you need to get rid of her ass. He was telling me a long time ago. But
Yeah.
that was
look at what happened though. So we had Jay come up, and then we had Shaban come up.
Yeah,
and we got two examples of, like, women who have not had instructions in their life. And although the two women are night and day, they still have had no better luck in having men in their lives. I don't know if we can go back somewhere in Shaban's life and pinpoint on where she passed on the right guy because she didn't want his instruction or whatever, versus that. I don't know if you listening when Jay was talking earlier, how she gets a lot of the same type of guy in her life who just uses her but never gives her any game or instructions, till she's gotten to the point that she's in her 40s where she don't even know how to take direction from a man.
You know what? Let me tell you something. I'm just, I'll hush in a minute because I'm like my mama. I talk too damn much.
No, you're doing good for the show, man. They love you. You got your own. You got your own hashtag.
Okay, whatever that means. whatever that means. But the thing is that, see, when I could say, when I look at her, what's your name? Slaban? I'm going to say
Siobhan.
Siobhan?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just looking at the way it's spelled on the screen. I'm like, man, okay, Siobhan. But see, when I look at her, it sends my antenna up to say, All right, bet. No problem. But see, the thing is that you talk about a man not finding a man that she's willing to take instructions from. I'm old school. And it's like a man will find her. A high value man will be like, someone who holds herself in high esteem, someone who has it together. And then when they start talking to her, and you have a certain level of confidence that you exude and that you actually have as a man, you don't have to tell a woman like this, you gonna follow my instructions, woman. Come on, cave woman. No, she gonna be like, okay, I got it. It ain't gonna be, it's gonna be zero problem because she's gonna see that, you know what, dude got it together. She done did her research. Because I'm just saying this, not saying that I'm going to. If I was to approach a woman like her, I would pull my whole background check. So here, I'm texting this to you. Here's my background check. Here's my criminal record. Here's this, here's that. Here you go. Anything else you want to know about me? Now that we got that past that, this is what we're about to do. Bye, 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 bye.
Can we get one of the call in?
You know, and that's it.
I pinned it to the stream.
But I'm just saying, I don't think she's going to have, and she's just now starting off dating again after being married for X amount of years. And I agree with what Terry is saying right here. Some men know how to take care of themselves mentally and physically, so they damn sure. I agree with that. Yep. But anyway, I believe what transpired is that she's when the dude approaches her with confidence, and he got his shit together. Take my word for it, she ain't gonna have all that stuff, all that masculinity, whatever she called it that she had. She ain't gonna have no problem, because at the end of the day, she's a woman.
What do you think about what Mr. Best in the World is saying right here?
If a woman is already showing masculine energy, it's hard to believe a man really never tried to lead her. I'm not going to say that I disagree. I'm only going to say that the only man in my life that ever led me was my father. Like, I'm not the daddy issues girl. Like, my dad, he started off rough, went to prison when he was young, yada, but he got out, he built himself up, he built his business, and he owned multiple businesses by the time he passed away, and really like had it together. And so I've seen it, I've been led by it. It's just never happened to me directly. I only got that energy from my parent.
All right, we got something else in common. My father went to prison when I was 6 years old. But anyway,
Jay's saying something. What you saying, Jay?
Yeah, let me say something. Y'all better get this before I go in, because I got things to do. But I was married for 16 years, man. So I'm talking about, you can't say that. I know how to do this. It take a certain type of man to hold a marriage together for 16 years. I've been divorced for a year and a half. So it wasn't no infidelity or nothing like that. And what I can tell you is people grow at different paces. So one thing you got to do is study your partner. And that's not your partner's job if you don't know them. That's your fault. And some people might know you in 2 weeks. Some people might take 14, 15 years to realize who they're dealing with. So it's your fault if you're not recognizing those red flags, that he's going to beat on you, he going to cheat on you, he going to do all that. Because at the beginning, he was insecure. You seen he was tripping on your phone, what you're wearing, and that's at the beginning, but you was not taking notes. So you allowed time to go, sex, all that, and you're becoming with all these feelings, and it's gonna be hard to get away from a man like that. And you're not realizing your value as a woman. You supposed to stop messing with him within a week or two. You were supposed to been on game, recognizing what type of man is this. You're gonna see structure. You're going to see, is it all about sex with him? You're going to see, is he trying to make some money with you? You're going to see, is he spiritual? Do he love God? But if you stuck in the moment and he, and we going to the casino and all this, you're going to miss all that. So pay attention to these men you dealing with these first couple weeks, because they're going to expose everything you need to know. That's all I'm going to tell you. And I've been that nigga. I've been that nigga since I was young. I ain't never had a problem with women. I can get pussy when I can't get water. And excuse my language, but I'm telling you, like a female, she can get a dick when she can't get a glass of water. So it's not about sex. You need to see what's in somebody's mind. You need to feel a aura. You need to see if they got a vibe, if you got a connection. That's what you're looking for. How many times you gonna talk about sex? How many things can we do? Let's see what else your mind can touch. You can see all that there at the beginning, but if you're not looking for that mama, you're gonna go a whole marriage in 2-3 years and realize this nigga ain't nothing. But understand this, people grow at different patterns. If that man ain't cheat on you and you just looking here insecure boy, I mean he's a boy, a woman is a helper. You supposed to help him in them areas. Now if he's not receiving that help and capitalize on it, you talk to him and explain to him like, look here, baby. You not looking for no job. I done fill out your resumes. I done bought your car. I done introduced you to boss, and you not showing no effort. Like, do you want to work? You had to talk to him before you just really cut those lines. You don't just flush nobody down the toilet because, like I say, everybody's growing at a different pace, and love is unconditional. It has no record of faults, and it is very, very patient. 16 years, no infidelity, none of that. So if that man ain't cheat on you and it's just because you had the muscle and you had the most money and you was trying to help him, you need to have that talk to him and touch his ego and let him know. Say, look here, man, I'm tired of holding you, wiping your nose and fixing your diaper. I'm going to tell you like this. I'm going to give you a month to show me that you're into me and you want to make this marriage work and you're independent, or I'm going to skate. That's how you handle it.
Do you have a response for what he said? Do you agree with what he said?
Well, the thing is like exactly what he's saying. Like when he said, give him a month to show that he's independent or skate. Like that was the whole point of us separating, was that I wanted him to focus on work and he had lost his job and then lost another job and lost another job. And I told him, I feel like you need to focus on yourself and get yourself stable. And maybe being here with myself and your son and trying to support a family, I said, let me take some of the pressure off you and let me give you space to just focus on pulling you together. And he took that. When I tell you, he got himself put in jail for a DUI within a month. I helped him out while he was in jail. He got out of jail, went back to work, got a second DUI, got himself fired. Like, I tried that. I tried exactly that. And all he did was steadily get worse. And I said, if this is what you're going to do, I need to cut my losses with you, because as of right now, I'm in the business of raising our child. When I go to work, I'm getting money so that I can pay our kid's light bill. I'm getting money so that I can make sure I have a good car so our kid can get where he needs to go. I need to keep clothes on his ass. I need to keep food on his plate. And what you're doing right now is draining me. You're inhibiting my ability to take care of this tiny, innocent person. So you have to go.
See,
I'm a firm believer
what you were doing actually was like that was contrary to what the whole topic is about, because if you're taking that role on in his life, I sad to say that even if you got a favorable outcome, you wouldn't have never looked at him the same again. Once you see a man as your child, you'll never see him as your man again. And when you giving the instructions, when you are taking these steps that he should be guiding you down, yet the role is reversed and it can never be undone. You may be able to get through life with somebody like that comfortably because it's secure and you're gonna be in control, but you'll never be fulfilled because you'll never get what you want. And what a woman
That's
wants.
why I cut my losses with it, because I don't want to be the man of my house when there's a man in my house.
Right.
And because he couldn't step up and do the things the very basic things that a man is supposed to do, I had to have a conversation with him when when I told him this is over, and I told him the truth. I was like, I'm not trying to hurt you, but I need you to understand that your behavioral pattern, I cannot respect you as a man. You cannot be the man of a house that I'm in when you're living your life this way.
When a woman's fed up.
Very much.
I'm a
Hey,
firm
nephew.
believer that, yeah.
Hey man, I gotta get on this Zoom meeting.
Okay.
So I gotta jump off. I just want to let you know.
I really appreciate you coming through, man. This is our first one.
All right, no problem, man.
Heff, where you at, man? Like, we ain't even seen you the whole live. You supposed to be it's supposed to be half your show.
I'm
There
here.
I'm
you go.
surprised he wasn't showing off his
I'm
hat and
popped up
pocket
like
square for the
Raiden.
day.
Hey, and
I'm letting everybody do their thing, get their
You got
time.
to
You
be
know,
on
I'm here.
screen, man. We trying to sell his brand, man.
hey,
Hey,
nephew,
look.
when I talk to your grandma later today, she'll be glad. I'll be like, hey, I saw Chad today. She'll be happy.
He just like
Yeah,
Chad make me do it, make me do
You know
all the
she'll,
work.
you
He
know
don't
she'll,
even want to work.
she'll be happy. Chad, oh, you saw Chad. Oh, Chad, how
right.
you doing? Your grandma gonna be happy when I tell her I saw you.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Well, let me know when you're done with your Zoom call. We'll still be going at it.
Okay, I'll
Yeah,
text you.
we gonna be jumping to some other channels after this.
All right,
Yeah.
nice to meet everybody.
All right,
Got
I'm
to
see
All
you
right, though.
again.
got to earn that coin.
Go
All right,
get it.
all right.
Shaban, what city are you in?
I'm in Lufkin, Texas.
Lufkin. Okay, we here in Houston. Coming to the stage. We got conversations with King himself in the building. Be sure to promote your book while you're here.
Yeah. Oh, good look. My book is Loving Life Through the Eyes of Travel. I just want to say this is a dope show. I appreciate everybody on here. Shout out to Heff. Shout out to Unc that just left. Shout out to Siobhan. What's up, Siobhan? How you doing?
What's up?
All right, and shout out to Mr.O forever, man. I love this show, man. A lot of game is coming on here, and also I like the transparency, And I'm seeing, I don't know, Siobhan, you from the South or?
No, actually, I'm from Los Angeles.
Okay, so it's, I see we got all places covered right now. We got the South, we got the West Coast. Shout out to all my peoples in Brompton, and then we got the East Coast, Brooklyn. I'm here. Just want to say what's up to everybody. But I had a question for y'all in regards to instruction. It's particularly Siobhan. Siobhan, so you said your father, when he came home, it was a little rocky. Then he got himself together. Then he owned businesses, and he was the blueprint or the template of how a man should instruct his woman for you. Do you think the men you choose is because of him? Because I'm assuming, like you said, the men that you have are not up to your level or qualified for a woman like you, right? So I think, are you attracted to a duality? Like you want them to have this edge, but you also want them to be a complete person, and that's kind of like an anomaly, right? Like you
No,
really
I fully agree. Yeah, I do
right. He
expect
set
them
the
to have
standard
it.
high, right?
I beg your pardon?
He set the standard extremely high,
Yes.
but he also has another caveat, which is he has an edge to him, right?
Yes.
So it's a not like for like me, like I graduated Columbia University, but I went to the Feds. So it's like you're attracted to like men that are not particularly the cookie cutter successful men.
I am absolutely drawn to the duality of that,
Right.
the duality of that kind of nature, because although I'm product of my father, I'm also product of my mother. My mother has a very dominating personality, and I have a very dominating personality. We're very loud, we're very outspoken, we're unapologetic. And my father knew how to handle her in such a sense to where he could bring her down a notch without like disrespecting or degrading her. Like their communication was beautiful.
Right.
And her and I joked years later about why she's still single after his passing and yada, 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 like that. And she said, here's what she told me: I cannot deal with these like softer, successful kind of men that have never done an honest day's work in their life and yada, 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 like that. Because she said it gets to a point sometimes where a man can be so soft that I see him like a bitch. And if a man is like a bitch, I'm going to treat him like a bitch. And the relationship's not going to go anywhere. And when she said it, her and I had this conversation after my divorce was like already in motion. And it was like this light bulb went on over my head. And I was like, oh my God, that's exactly what my problem is. He has to have, like, as you put it, an edge, because if I feel like I can treat you like a bitch, I will.
Right. So Mr.O and Heff, is it possible for a straight laced dude to instruct a woman like Siobhan? And if so, how? Because I'm a square, so I don't even deal with women like Siobhan. I get scared of women like Siobhan. I
See
don't,
what? See what?
I don't
If
want
you,
to follow a woman like Siobhan, so I stay away from that. But can a straight lace dude, actually
see if you look at my Instagram, you notice that like I don't follow anybody, and I have a small little tag on under the description box, and it says what they really follow is success.
okay.
When a man do what he say he gonna do, see,
Mhm.
before you a street nigga or a corporate nigga, before you successful at either one of them, what are you first?
Mm.
A man. And when you know what type of man you are, that's attractive. Whether I'm successful over here or over there, and what women want out of men, the attraction to that street shit is the protection, man. She want to feel secure. You know, I watched this movie the other day when this little girl, she ran out of the bedroom after the house had got taken over by bad guys and daddy put out the fire, and then daddy was laying on the couch, and the little bitty girl, the innocence she had, she ran and ran on daddy's lap as he laying on the couch after the house thing got shot up, and she was so comfortable. And daddy was like, baby, you sure you why you so okay laying here on my chest right now? Are you okay? She said, yeah, daddy, you here.
Mm.
And that's how women feel. Like World War III could be going on outside, and she could be sleeping like a baby if she know the type of man that she got.
Right.
And not only that he's like physically protecting her, but financially her future secure.
Right.
So both of those are equally as attractive. Yes,
Facts.
if the man is secure in the man that he is, it don't matter what lifestyle he came from.
Right.
He's gonna submit to the voice of a man.
Right. So basically, I haven't been successful
Right.
because I have resources, but I can't fight. So that's why I can't get girls like Siobhan because I can't fight. That's what it is.
No,
It's not about
I just
having to
think you
fight.
haven't been in the face of women like Siobhan. Like Siobhan King wouldn't even give you a chance because I tried to invite him to Texas and he said, no, I'm not dealing with any women that live in Texas because he assumed that they all got a pistol in their purse.
Right. I'm
No,
He
scared.
can't be around it.
no, I don't have a gun.
But
Yeah,
you're going to miss out on girls like this. I
no,
think you
I'm
need to show
okay.
her.
I don't like Siobhan like that, but she like men that fight. I don't fight. I don't fight. I kill. So at the end of the day, I'm just saying though. A lot of times, is it realistic? Is it realistic to have these men? Because I hear from a lot of women, they want a man to protect them, and I was just joking about the whole fighting thing. I'm just trying to
Right. I know.
You want a man to protect you, and you want a man to provide, but then if he fails at one challenge, you hold that against him.
Well, no,
Right.
not just if he fails at one day. Nobody's perfect. Everybody is going to fail some days. I have days that I feel like I'm failing myself. Like, I'm not going to judge you for a failure here or there. It's
Right.
when failing becomes your pattern,
Right.
like when it becomes your defining characteristic, I'm like, this is a bit much.
Right. Okay.
That's one thing I heard about women. They always notice patterns.
Right.
Yeah.
So what's the pattern? What's the pattern of a man that can provide proper instruction?
I think a lot of it just has to do simply with holding up your end of the bargain. Like whatever you enter into a relationship with someone saying, because not everybody plays by the same rules. Every individual experience is different. But if you tell me, like, let's make it small. If you tell me I'll take out the trash every day, and you can't even stay consistently with a simple task, why would I trust you with larger things? If you tell me I'm gonna send you flowers every Tuesday and then you miss 2, 3, 4 Tuesdays, like you're breaching that trust. So I think that it really just has to do with whatever you walk into a relationship feeling like are your hard boundaries, and you and this person you're entering into this relationship with agree on. When they start failing those things that they promised you, why would I continue to let me lead you? Because you're kind of looking like a liar right now, not holding up your end of the deal.
Does it make it different? Does it make it different for a woman that has a child like you in regards to how a man instructs you?
Being that I have not been instructed, since I've had my son, I really couldn't tell you how I would even enter into such a thing. Like, it sounds like a nice notion. I would love to not be the man in my house. Like, I am very old fashioned deep down inside. I would like for the man to be the man and handle the man things. But because I've gotten so used to it and because my son is so
Her
precious to
son
me,
is the man of her house. He runs shit over there. Don't let her
he
spin that
does.
web of lies. That little dude running shit. Any man coming in that household gonna have to knock his little ass out first.
You are not going to knock it out. I just, because my energy is so focused on protecting him, it would take a hell of a man for me to trust him with my life, because my life is my son's life.
And that's what I was going to ask you, because of you saying how you started off leading with masculine energy. Do you know what it would look like if the man that you wanted would approach you? If he found you, what would that look like? How would that have to go to get your attention, because of how you state that you lead with masculine energy? How would he have to come, like a Navy SEAL?
Well, no, not a Navy SEAL. Just, there's a kind of dominance that's not degrading. And I guess I feel like I'll know it when I hear it.
Do you feel like you pass on it because you're not prepared for it?
Here's the thing, is every guy that I have turned down here in this past year, like, because where I live now is a small town, like, I know people that know these men, and none of these men are doing anything particularly exciting that I feel like I'm missing out on. So I don't have any regrets on any of the people that I've passed up so far.
Okay. Let me ask you a question, Mr. O and Siobhan and Heff and Mr. Best in the World. Do you think women nowadays they don't look for men, they look for narrative? Because she just said none of them are doing anything that she's impressed by, right? So it's not like they're not. If she's meeting these guys through her friends, clearly they passed this the finance threshold, right? Because they wouldn't be in your circle if they, right? And your friends will introduce you to someone that you don't find attractive. So are women nowadays, not just Siobhan, are they looking for a narrative instead of a man?
Yeah, because I think that, like, if a woman's looking to be impressed, she'll never find that. It's like a pot of gold at the end of a rainbow. It's like a mythical thing. You can never satisfy that type of desire in a woman, because she's always going to want more and greater as the world turns, as she gets a new 24 every day. I think her natural role, when we're talking about her wanting direction and instructions from a man, she should more be focused on how she can compliment or take direction from said man that she's in the presence of. Like, it isn't about impressing her, it's about her impressing him.
I
If you
think
want him to go to Jared, he got to go to Jared's. I mean, he got to take out three months worth of income, and he got to put that on your finger.
So you saying the man of the prize?
Huh?
You saying the man of the prize now?
See, I feel like
I'm
it's
saying,
both.
like,
I feel like
he
the
has
being
at the end of the
impressive
day,
needs to be
he has
both
to go to
ways.
Jared's and get on his knee and put that investment on the finger. He has to do that. That's the only way to secure the future. He has to do that. That's the process.
That what?
That the process is the man making the investment. So at the end of the day, for it to go on, for him to secure your future, for you to get half of his shit, for you to even be in position to take direction from him and accept his instructions, he has to go to Jared's to get on his knees.
I think that both people should be the prize. I feel like there should be a balance.
Well, I didn't use the
there.
word prize at all. It's just that's what's being assumed. I'm just saying, like, at the end of the day, he does have to make the financial investment and say, I'm going to take you on to the rest of my life. That's how it goes. I mean, you can't change that process of it. You can't say, hey, you take me on the side of on the rest of life and give me half of your shit
No,
because I'm
I'm
ready
just
now.
saying that I think
Like,
that
he has to still choose. Okay, I want this one.
Well, Conversations with King, I think that's what it says his name is. He made a comment about the prize.
Yeah, that's why I want to stay away from words like prize, because I know it was gonna go. You ain't gonna hear nothing I say after that. If I say prize, you're like, hold up, I'm waiting to respond, and I don't hear nothing you said after that. I'm waiting to respond to the word prize, so I'm staying away from prize. I'm just saying factually, he went to Jared's.
Right. Well, thank you, Siobhan, for ratting on me.
Well, no, just because you had made a comment about, you had asked him if he was implying that the man was the prize. And I don't think that one person or the other should be the prize in the relationship. More, I think you should feel like each other are the prize. If everybody doesn't feel like they're winning, then it sounds a little unbalanced to
No,
me.
The reason why I said that is because you know, as men, we've been taught to chase the woman that we want, right? So if you want a certain type of woman, you have to be a certain type of man, right? So as a kid, if I want that woman, I gotta be the man that she's gonna be attracted to. Cool, right? And then right before marriage, it switches. Cause now you know I could provide for you. Now what's the trade-off? Where's the reciprocity? And that's where I get attracted. I show improve, but then when it's time for the reciprocity, then they go back to what about love? And I'm like, hold up. What about love? Marriage is not about love, it's about partnership.
Yeah.
Right? So I don't really dig off of I don't think they're the same. I don't think love and marriage is synonymous. I think
No,
it's
they're
not
not.
about a prize more than it is about a fair exchange.
right.
I agree.
Yeah.
Right.
Because my husband, when I started pushing him away, he was like, but I love you. I've never cheated on you. I've never done anything. And I'm like, but you're not even, like, all I asked him to do was go 50-50 on a life with me. If we're living in this apartment, we should both have half the rent. We should both have half the electric bill. We should both have half the groceries. All I asked you for was 50-50. And when you couldn't keep up your 50 and I've got our kid on my hip, like, it doesn't matter to me right now that you love me. It matters to me that I can't walk into Walmart and feed our son with the fact that you love me. I can't whip that out at the register and take home groceries. I can't call the electric company and say, hey, but my husband loves me. I said, it's really fucking cute that you love me, but you're failing at holding up your half of our life.
Yeah, so it
So
ain't even
love is
about
not
that.
enough.
It's just about like you want something out of the man and he wants something out of the woman, man. Like it's a package, it's a deal. This is what I talk about. Like it's something that you want. Like he could pay all the bills, but let somebody kick the door in and you got more nuts than him. He pee himself and you hit the bad guy in the face and they rob you from your most precious family heirloom. You're gonna look him the same way. You still ain't gonna give him none that
Yeah,
night.
definitely not.
You still gone. You still gonna leave just if he ain't paid none of the bills.
Right.
You not when the deal get broke, that's when things happen. And that's why it blows my mind when women are like, he cheated on me. He cheated on me. I mean, if we was running around here saying like she gained 10 pounds and she kept going to online classes, like then that wasn't a deal, man.
Right.
You broke the deal, so something happened as a result of not the deal being broke.
Right.
People getting what they want out of the person that they want to be with,
Right.
love and all that other shit come. That's where all that come from. You're gonna love the hell out of a person that's doing everything you want them to do.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, but I don't know. We don't know Siobhan. You know, from my observation and just hearing her and her answers, I think Siobhan's a very complex woman that doesn't take she doesn't take normal men seriously, right? It has to be like a real narrative.
She remind me of Jen, like
Right. You're very aggressive. Like despite the fact you know she's somewhat attractive, right? Long hair, right? But she likes to fight, and no one has time for that, you know, Siobhan. But you are somewhat attractive, but you like to fight.
Somewhat.
you know how to
He keep tapping that back somewhat.
Right.
I wish somebody
Said
would have called me
somewhat like 5 times in
What I
1
want to let
sentence.
her
Like, wow.
the reason why I said somewhat
She ain't never heard that
the
one.
reason why I said somewhat attractive because I found her attractive, but somebody else might not find her attractive. So I just want to throw that in there.
No, that hurt. This thing. You better not call me somewhat nothing. I don't care what it is.
Well, listen, I'll say this because I did put a comment in the comments, sister, and shout out to O. I'm glad you got your show, brother. Shout out to Heff. I'm glad you got a show. Most definitely, much respect to y'all. And conversation with King, you already know family. You know what I mean? Shout out to the sister, Siobhan. You know what I mean? The reason I put that comment, sister, is because in relationships, everybody's looking for love, respect, and commitment. We're all looking for that. Man and women both. We both need each other. You know what I'm saying? I'm speaking for somebody I've been in my situation for over a decade with my partner. You know, me and her have been together through ups and downs. We've been homeless together. We've had homes together, all types of things. We've owned cars, all types of stuff. So with that being said, we've been through the ins and outs. You know, we've been through other things personally as well, as far as health challenges and everything else. So losing family members, the whole nine. With that being said, from what I can tell, from just your story, sis, and just from just knowing relationships, period, no woman wants to be a man's mother. That's correct. You're completely correct. And no man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And okay. And no. And it goes vice versa. You know what I'm saying? So a man doesn't want to be treated less than a woman doesn't want to be treated less than. You know what I'm saying? So a man doesn't want to be looked at as your father either. I don't want to be anybody's father. I always tell my mate that I never want to be your father. Your father is your father, and I respect him. You know what I mean? Shout out to Sherelle. What's going on, Sherelle? You know what I mean? With that being said, I think, sis, just from what you're expressing and about you feel like you have to walk in your masculine energy, understand that, when you walk in this masculine energy, it repels men who want to basically lead you. You know what I mean? You can't walk in that energy if you want to find a real mate. You have to walk in your femininity. I think it's hard for you to walk in your femininity because you've been hurt. You've been hurt and you need time to heal. So I would say take your time to heal, completely heal, and then get back out there. Because right now, I don't think you're ready. I really don't think you're ready.
Well, here's what. I took a year out. I did. I took a year out. And when I started dating, I tell people that you really only get one chance with the softened version of me. So like when I go out, I do, present feminine. I do the whole thing. But once I dated a guy 5-6 months ago who he was like, you're the only person I want to talk to right now. Can it just be about me and you? Can we focus on getting to know each other? Yada, 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 like that. And then his behavior switched after we had been dating like a month. And I went ahead and I said something about it. I was very calm and collected. I said, look, it seems like your energy is switched. Let's go ahead and, cards on the table. Let's have enough respect for each other to be honest and keep it pushing. And he kept making these excuses, everything was but this, or I'm busy that. And I said, yeah, I've played the busy game before. Like, just please stop texting me. And he kept on and kept on. And then he showed up at my job one day and was trying to make some statement about being understanding. And I looked at him and I said, well, here's the thing. I said, you were living the life that you were living before you met me and while we were talking. So for you to suddenly claim that this complete 180 of your behavior is because of your lifestyle, you were already living this life and you made time before. Like when your behavior switches, I said, look, if you've decided you're not interested in me, that's fine. Say that and get out of the way so I can see the next guy. And he tried to act like I was so, this, that, and the other, that I was irrational. And I told him, look, you only get one chance with the soft version of me. And you've already proven yourself to be inconsistent. So I'm putting my foot down and I'm telling you, get from around me. I walk into every situation and I give them opportunity. I really do, because I don't want to be the masculine one. But when they start fumbling and I can tell that something's switched up, I turn it back on real fast. You get whatever version of me your behavior inspires.
Well, see, sis, you should always stay in your femininity. You shouldn't switch. The thing that you got to do is just stay on what you believe in, right? So if you truly believe that these are the type of men that you are looking for, then you gave him too much time. You wasted too much time. Once he showed you that, and that's not what you were looking for, you should immediately moved on so you can stay in your feminine energy because now he's making you become masculine. So,
well, yeah, that's why I told him to stop calling me and such, but then he showed up at my job. That was the moment that I had to step on it. Like,
yeah, his number should have been immediately blocked, immediately. Once you told him this is where I stay, you should immediately block the number. And if he showed up to your job, you should have called the cops.
Well,
that seems a little dramatic.
I don't want to. I definitely agree. If you're a civilian, you should call the cops. But I can't subscribe to that. You know what I mean? Due to I can't. But you are a civilian.
I don't feel like he was ever a danger to me. I think more that he was threatened by the fact that I called him out and the fact that I wasn't like whiny about it. I just told him, hey, I can tell your behavior switched. Cards on the table. Go ahead and stop texting me. Because the sporadic texting was annoying. And I ignored the first few sporadic texts, but he didn't give up. And that was the only reason that I responded like when I did. And then when he showed up to my job, because I told him to back off, like never did I feel like I was in any danger. I feel like it would be a bit much to just call the cops on somebody. Not to mention I work with a kitchen full of felons. Like, trust me, I could have had him handled if it became necessary.
Oh, so you're in a restaurant or a nonprofit?
I'm in the restaurant business.
Okay. So are you still based in California or in Texas now?
No, I'm in Texas.
All right. So a lot of the issues with women, because clearly the physical is not an issue, right? But a lot of issues after physical is the other P, which is proximity. A lot of times you're in locations that don't make you available to certain men. And for example, LA West Coast is probably the worst place to meet men. If even from northern Cali, the Bay Area, they macking up there, right? And then down in Southern California, there's so many options there's so many beautiful women. So it's like a dime a dozen. And then like Texas is kind of the same way too. So it's hard. That's why it's hard to meet a right guy in those locations. Even if you are a beautiful woman such as yourself, it's really hard, right? So I think it also deals with proximity.
Dating in LA, let me tell you what dating in LA is like. Everybody's either, they're all starving artists, but like every guy in LA between the age of like 20 and 40 is still recording music in his bedroom closet. And it's like, just shoot me in the throat now. Like, I don't want to hear that. I got very tired of the guys in LA, or they're the guys that are successful, but they're so freaking self-important that, like, I dated a guy once and I had to call him out one day. I said, you don't hear a word I say, do you? You just like to look at me.
Wow.
And he couldn't believe that I said it, but like little simple things I noticed that he didn't pick up on the cues of. And I was like, you don't listen to a word I say, do you? You're just attracted to me and you think that's enough. He was so interested in himself. There was no space for anybody else. Like dating in LA, it's garbage.
So you're that meticulous then?
I just pay attention. That's why, like, when the other guy's behavior switched up, like I'm paying attention. Like I catch this stuff and I'm outspoken. Like I'm gonna call you out on it.
Okay.
Sis, let me ask you a question, sister. So how long were you married to your previous husband?
We were married for 3 years.
Okay, you're married for 3 years and you have a child together, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So you say you took a year to heal and to do your thing, but when you come out of situations that are life changing and you have a lot of life changing moments, you probably need more than a year to actually heal. And I would say definitely take that time, because I think because of the fact that you've been through so much within those 3 years, you need time to really reflect and just, let your heart be cleansed, be pure, be healed, so that you can move on to the next situation and you can give your full self. Because right now you're going to still carry all of that. You have a child together with this man.
Right.
So, you were married to this man.
Oh yeah, no, I'm definitely not like.
But but Mr. Best in World, let me ask you a question. She woman, I don't want to ask her age. She looks.
Not throwing myself into anything full time.
Well, we know that, but I'm saying
For sure.
I don't. Can you hear me? Can she hear me?
Yeah, we get you, bro.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. It's not a right way to ask a woman her age. So, she seems young. So, but if she's not young, maybe she doesn't have that much time, right? Like, I don't want to say how many eggs you have left, but you know what I'm saying. You don't know what she wants another family. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
I hear you, but you can't get stuck into that time thing. That's another thing.
right.
So we get stuck into ages and we get stuck into time, and so we try to rush things that naturally have to happen. You cannot microwave this. This is something that takes time, and it takes a lot of things. She feels like she had to basically take care of a man and a child at the same time, and she's probably been through a lot of different experiences that have really hurt her and really made her feel like she has to protect and guard herself.
Right.
You know what I mean? She's saying. So in order to get past that, you have to heal. You know what I mean? That's the only way women can really be back in their femininity and actually trust the process and trust themselves, and love men, is if they're actually healed from all of the men that have done them wrong or have come with them and not been the leaders and the men they need to be. And I don't want to be rude. Juana, I see you here in the building. Salute to you, sis. I'm gonna pass the ball to you. I'm gonna stay on. I'm definitely be respectful.
Juana has an interesting perspective. What's going on?
Hi, Mr. O.
How are you? Thank you for coming.
Am I like breaking up? Because I feel like I hear some background.
Yeah.
Am I okay?
Yeah, you're good. I appreciate you. There's a little feedback from somebody.
Hi, Heff. Hi, King. Hi, Mr.
What's going on? What's going on?
How you doing? Hello, Savon. I just been listening in, Mr. O. Of course, I'm coming to, support y'all. I love me some Mr. O and Heff, so I will come and support them.
He finally got his little background together with some lights.
And he's dressed for the gods.
Get up off my struggle screen.
You put that shit on though.
You did. He got the watch. He got the tie, the hat. Oh, get it, Mr.
We chilling.
Oh, God.
So, can we get your input on these instructions? How you feel about it?
You know what? So, at first I was like, what is this instruction? Let me listen to this. I gotta hear this. Because let me say this. We are in a time where we're seeing the result of the absence of a man in the household. Okay. Right. And because we see that, understand that there is tons of men who just don't have leadership skills. They just don't. And they're unable to lead. And so it either comes off as overly aggressive, like you just. And so overly aggressive is a red flag for me as well. Yep. Because really a man who knows how to lead has a good balance. He knows when he needs to back off. He knows when he needs to be aggressive. He knows when he needs to be assertive. Assertive is more of a dominant trait for me because assertive men know how to balance things. They don't get overly emotional. They know when it's appropriate and when it's not, and when it comes off that way, it is hard for me as a woman to trust you, even if you think that is showing or just, exhibiting this masculine energy. And also, to me, all women have the capacity to exhibit masculine energy at some point, because one thing about women are going to take care of themselves. They're going to adjust. They know how to, we are very multi-talented. So we know how to adjust when we need to. We know what we need to do. We can step in and we can do what we got to do to take care of ourselves. We're survivors.
We adapt.
And we adapt. We adapt to any environment. Thank you. And so to me, it's not about characteristics, it's about actions that they display, like things that I see them do. Because just because you're mal-mannered or maybe because you're soft-spoken, it doesn't mean that you are not masculine and that you're not a man. And so I think sometimes what we have to do is tell men what is a man, and also for a woman who is used to doing the stereotypical or going after the stereotypical characteristics, explain to her what types of actions exhibit manhood and what she should be looking for. Because what happens is you look for the man that got a little thug in him, who overly aggressive, and you think that that's what a man is, and then you're upset when down the line he doesn't add up to what you want him to be, right? Because you're not actually looking for the things that you need in order to sustain you and in order for you to have a copacetic household. And so I think sometimes we get caught up in, he an alpha man, he gonna give you the instruction. A lot of men are not even able to give you that type of instruction. And so sometimes we empower people that need to also learn, right? Like Mr.O, you got it. You know how to give it to us. You know how to explain it. Every man don't have those characteristics. So they out here proclaiming to be something that they are absolutely not. So that's why you have women in those situations. And I connect with her so much because in my first marriage, I was the breadwinner. You know, I was the one who was responsible. I was the one who took care of everything. You know, obviously those things is exhausting. And it can put you in a mind state that, like, I don't know if this is even for me. Like, do I even need somebody? Because I don't really want to deal with a person that I got to take care of, that I got to look after, that I got to support. You know, until I started to do the work and do a self-assessment on myself, like what's going on? What's going on with me? I'm emotionally unintelligent and I can't recognize signs and things that in a man that I should not favor. Right? Because you're looking at the wrong type of thing. And I just think that, you know, I think that a lot of times we just don't understand the types of characteristics that make a man balanced and make a man and give you security and make you want to follow him. And we miss that part of the conversation all the time, you know. That's it. That's all I have off the dome. I mean, I would love to hear everybody's thoughts.
Well, my issue with what you're saying is in regards to giving the opportunity to, I don't know what to call to a male, not a man, but to a male, and then feeling as if things didn't go the desired way because you weren't dealing with, you know, you're someone on your level or, you know, above you or however you like to look at it. It's too many women out here who have dated these underlings, these peons, and they choose that situation as their example for a relationship, when in all actuality, most women have never even had a real relationship with a mature-minded man who's goal-oriented and actually has a plan for his life and their lives collectively. So in some way, shape, or form, we have to rewrite the ability of speaking on these situations as if they are real examples of a real situation. If you've never had the real thing, you can't speak on why you weren't able to move the appropriate way as if you did have the real thing. But other than that, you know, you always lay it down, you know.
You know, so for me, I saw the example as a kid with my dad. He always was a provider. He always was a protector. He always took care of his family. He was an active father, and he was like always wanted to partner. Not sure that he always picked the right women, but he definitely always had the mindset to partner and be with, you know, a woman and, you know, to collaborate. But I think that obviously what happens is, you know, you're not completely whole or whatever. And so you're attracted to men who maybe abusive or maybe aggressive or maybe insecure, because you're trying to feel whatever emotional voids that you're struggling to feel. But once I did get on my emotional journey, take care of myself, become whole, I started to recognize characteristics that I wasn't accepting in my life. And I don't know the guy who, he's gone now, but he was talking about his situation, Jay, and he was saying, like, you kind of need to eliminate people right away, get them out your life, get them out your circle, and recognize when it's something that it's not right for you. And as soon as I determined how to do that, I started to put that into practice and put that into play. And then I did start attracting the men that had their stuff together, men who had those characteristics that would help me sustain security and things like that. So I think that it does boil down to you individually, a woman, making sure that she heals like everyone told her, but also just making sure that she understands what characteristics or actions exhibit manhood, because sometimes we get confused with a stereotypical explanation or example of what manhood is supposed to be. Hi, King.
Vonna, to the mother. What's up? Do you think that you had to go through that in order to be instructed properly? And that's to the fellas on top too. Does a woman have to be misinstructed to appreciate real instruction, or can she appreciate instruction from the beginning?
I think I appreciate her misinstruction and how she responds to that more than she may. One thing that although I love a young woman who ain't been tainted and I put everything into her, I know for sure guys out here talking about they got diamonds in a woman and they got gold in this woman, and you can't make gold without fire and you can't make diamonds without pressure. Until you didn't been through something with that woman, you never really know what you really got out of her, how she really gonna respond when the pressure, when it matters, when it counts. And you could talk all this thing you talk, but when it really counts is what really matters to me. So I can appreciate a woman that's been through something, because I'm gonna see her respond to life in a different way than a woman that ain't never experienced nothing. So for me, I'll appreciate it more than her.
I'm diametrically opposed to what he's saying.
Right.
I feel like our demographic, where we come from, our societal position, these people who come from the upper class and the middle upper class and all of that, they are raised with emotional maturity. They learn financial awareness and things like that we just sleep on. So when we finally get into adulthood, we struggling to figure it all out. We scrambling, trying to learn this and that on the go and on the fly. And so that's why most of us can't handle anything real. That's why we ruin most of the things that we get our hands on. However, you see people who break into those classes and they prevail because they have the right mindset behind it. You have somebody like Arnold Schwarzenegger, who comes from a country that he doesn't know the language in, and all he has is a dream to be a bodybuilder. And the man comes over here, he's successful. He's one of the biggest movie stars, and he ends up running one of the biggest states in the whole country. Like, right. A lot of us have different mindsets and mind frames, you know what I'm saying? And when you approach things from an analytical standpoint and you have that type of mind and you're prepared for that, you're going to do great when you get around greatness. You don't have to fail in order to know how to take care of success.
It's some sense to what he's saying. I was just speaking on my own personal security. If you line out kids all with the same equal opportunity from birth, and they all given all the same equal amount of tools to be successful, you're gonna find more out of that bunch that do achieve success than ones that don't. And analytically, that makes sense. You don't have to go through hardship in order to be successful. Like, I get that. But for myself, when I'm out here in the world and there's a whole lot of unknown, although I trust the analytics, my star pupil out of those analytics are going to be the one that I went through something with. And that's what I'm talking about. For myself, I got to know. And somebody that's been through something, I know how they respond to life. Like, if I'm thinking about it from an intelligence standpoint and going into a war zone, my analytics in that is going to give me time and service. It's going to give me more of an accurate analytical outcome than just what numbers are going to show me. We got to equate time and service. And so, like, I'm definitely going to equate that into my equation as far as my outcome and what I want.
I'm gonna say for myself,
two things can be right at the same time, though.
Yeah, I would say for myself, if a woman is coming with opposing energy or masculine energy, I'm totally turned off as a man completely. I don't want to be your associate. I don't want to be your friend. I don't want to be anything. You know what I mean? You have to come in with feminine energy. You know what I mean? So even if you've been through stuff and you've been through different things, that's okay. But you have to work through and heal from those things. Do not bring that into the situation with me. I am not going to deal with that because I am wasting my time at that moment. You know what I mean? Because you are not right. So no, I don't want anybody coming in with negativity. No man hate issues, none of that. You know what I mean? Go to therapy, go to church, go do whatever you got to do to heal from it. I can help you to get to those services. I can give you resources to get to that, but I am not going to basically be your father as far as that. Shout out to Mr.O, 109 subscribers. Congratulations, brother. Yeah. We gotta get you some sound effects, bro. We gotta hook you up. We gotta get sound effects for real. We got you.
So Mr. Let me ask you a question. You got 100. You have 100 subscribers right now.
109. That's what it's
Yes,
saying.
sir.
That's what it's about. That's what we do. We family. It's gonna be now. We're gonna try to get to 100,000. So you could be making 20,000 a month. But listen,
that's right.
That's the goal. People making 20,000 a month.
You in the garden. We got your back.
I want to say one thing in regards to Mr. Best in the World. To everybody on the panel, do you think that when women can't take instruction, is it is it indicative of emotional or mental abuse in a previous relationship?
Most definitely. There's definitely some trauma there. You know what I mean? Because nobody just does behavior just to do it. When you're a child, you're born to be innocent, right? You're innocent. You know, you love to play. You love to do what you want to do. All I want to do as a kid was play, have fun, and go to McDonald's. That's what I want to do. You know what I mean? I just wanted to have fun as a kid. You know what I mean? Play with Play-Doh. We're innocent. We not our mindsets and our emotions, you know what I mean, are innocent and we're vulnerable to everything. So there had to be some sort of trauma that made a woman feel like she has to be in masculine energy and feel like she has to, you know, adopt that as her stance. So yes.
Can I take another approach?
Yes.
Also, I agree with what he said, but also a woman doesn't feel safe or secure with you. And it doesn't necessarily mean that it's you, but he could, like he said, it could be something that she's heard from her past or something that happened to her that made her feel like she can't trust the direction or the instruction that's being given. And that's not something for the man to figure out. That's, like he said, for a woman to, you know, correct or, you know, address before she enters into a partnership, right? Oh, somebody got to turn it down. So, I mean, I do think that sometimes we are open to listen and open to follow when the man is conscious of the fact that, you know, we are our own person. We do have our own views when you're open to listen to both ends. And, you know, I think sometimes men are like, no, just do exactly what I say. And that's it. I don't want to hear what you got to say. And that's cool. But when we know that it's reciprocated, we are more open to like listen and adjust. That's all I'm saying.
About what Terry's saying. How about she doesn't trust or see the man as he claims to be?
Right. No woman should. It's the action.
There's no guarantees in any of this, man. At some point, we're going to have to trust what we know to be true by using the data that we have available. and you're gonna have to be okay with that. And we ain't gonna all make the best decision, but we got to do our best, and we can't be afraid to do what's natural, man. I think this is the natural process that we fighting against. Women do want direction; they just don't want trigger words, and men and men want to lead something. Like we want to be the man to introduce you to your first everything, if we can, because we're egotistical driven guys, and all we want in return for that is simple signs of loyalty, that you're a part of what we got going on, and you believe in my plan, and you're gonna be there. You're not gonna steal from me when I'm asleep and kill me when I'm unconscious. You know what I'm saying? And we good. You think men ain't worrying about when we with you that you ain't gonna go in our pockets when we unconscious next to you? A lot of guys are really conscious about a woman robbing them when they sleep. Like that's a lot for a man to get when a man can spend a night next to you. That is a lot.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
It's saying a lot right
That's
there.
real.
Just going to sleep next to
That's
you.
real. I let a lot of women in the crib.
And they undervalue that.
I have to watch on.
Saying a lot when we
I have the wallet tucked under the pillow. I see. I don't play with these chicks, man.
Come on, man. That's a man.
They out here. They out here robbing men.
He trusts you.
I don't cuddle for affection. I cuddle so you can't run away. You know what I mean? I do that.
You got her on a tight hug.
I have a question. I have a question for the panel. So women who are female scammers and are using men and drugging them and stuff like that, should they be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law? Should they be prosecuted?
Well, nah, I live by a different code. If she get out the room, it's hers, man. It's your fault for getting comfortable like that.
Right. That's what I feel too. And plus, I got insurance.
You shouldn't have did, man. You should have knew better. Are you taking a shower?
Now, if you Bill Cosby me now, lock her ass up.
But I mean, if you just met a girl and you take a 20-minute shower on her and you leave all this money out.
She needs to go to jail. All of y'all, she needs to go to jail. Prosecute them.
Why would you
That's
leave
why
Thank you. Yes.
That is why
for jury out with a woman you just met and brought her back to your hotel.
That's why women continue to do it. You know how when women are physically abusive and the man say, "No, I'm just gonna brush that off." No, you should not be brushing it off. You need to hold her accountable. See, that's holding accountable to me. Like, why are y'all just letting somebody rob y'all and then not saying that now she out in the world robbing every other man?
You took a 20-minute shower with a girl.
I need a history on her, so we know she robbed Mr.O, Heff, and King, and now she trying to rob me. I need a history on this woman.
You can't snitch. It's your fault.
This is along the same lines of women who cry rape and ruin men's lives, and nothing ever happened to them. That should be punishable by law.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Good.
Those type of situations ruin you forever, even if you are found innocent. Even if you found innocent, the world gonna treat you like, well, why did you allow yourself to be in that type of predicament with this woman?
You
know what I'm saying? Like, your life is ruined anyway. So there should be some type of ramifications when you do, because the next motherfucker go bust her head open, and then y'all gonna be looking like, he ain't have to do her like that.
And then we wonder why girls go missing.
Everybody else let her go free.
Yeah, but I don't. One thing I
split her.
Yeah, one thing I don't condone hitting a woman or killing a woman, but what I can say is that Heff is right, because there's a book called Guilty by Accusation. It was written by a Harvard lawyer named Alan Dershowitz. And it's basically even when someone's accused, that's worse than being incriminated, or that's worse than being charged. Accusation is the worst thing.
It is.
Gossip is the worst thing. That could destroy a person's name. So when someone makes accusations, you got to be very, very careful. Now, I want to hit a woman, I want to hurt a woman, but like Heff said, accusations can destroy your life.
Yeah,
I won't hit a woman, but I'll fuck a bitch up.
Y'all crazy. So I can't condone that.
King, if you wake up and the girl got that thing on you, right, or she got that knife, and she about to try to take you out, what you gonna do?
She can have my jury, man. I got insurance.
No, she want to take your life. She don't want the jury. She want to take your life.
I'm going to fight back. I'm going to defend myself, but that's different.
That's different.
Yeah, but I'm not going to hit a woman because she got me mad. I'm not going to hit a woman because she stole something. But defend my life, of course. But what I definitely would say is like go back to accusations. I can't do that. I can't do that. I don't like accusations. Accusations on both parts, men and women. Yeah.
April say, knock her the fuck out.
That's not me, man.
No.
She's joking.
Well, I gotta get ready because I gotta get ready for the show at 9. The lady.
Yeah, the next show about to start in 8 minutes, so we're gonna wrap this up.
I'm looking forward to y'all show either on Thursday after Juana's. So if y'all interested, we're gonna bring everybody from Juana's show to your page. So hopefully I could join the panel too. But I'm gonna get ready. So see y'all later in the next room. Conversation with Kings.
Hold on, we finna get out of here. Let's do the benediction. May the Lord watch between me and D. I'm joking, man.
You're so funny.
When I was ready for
You
that.
got me bowing my head. I was like,
This we ask in Jesus' name. All right. Let's get up out of here. I appreciate y'all coming through, man. We at 100, man. Let's keep it going.
Let's do it. Let's
Later,
get it.
brother. Much love,
All
Sam.
right, y'all.
Much love,
Appreciate you.
One love.